Uh, man, it's a glorious year. It's 2024, man. Congratulations to all of us. Let me say that many did not make it, but we are grateful to God. Some tried, but some didn't make it. But all the same, we are ever grateful to God. That is the truth. We're ever grateful to God for life and for His protection. We are grateful to God. Whether it is this come, let's go. So it's a new year, a new beginning of things. People wrote, I'm sure most people had New Year resolutions. I believe you wrote it down, not just in your heart. Uh, well, first of all, some people had resolution last year. Some had dreams, visions. They know what they wanted to achieve. At times, some dreams come true, some not come true. But we should keep on dreaming. Okay, I love that movie. You say everybody comes to Hollywood. Some dreams come true, some not come true, but keep on dreaming. That is how it is, guys. We should not lose hope. We should not give in. We should not give up. Carry on with it. Let's the fire be burning. Keep the flame on. Okay, keep the flame on. That is the truth. Keep the flame on. You can never know. We can never just know. Keep the flame on. That's what I would say. It's a new year, and believe that things are going to happen. Just have in your spirit that this year will be better than last year. Just be positive, okay? Stay stay focused, have a dream, have a vision, and definitely it will definitely come true. At times it could be difficult. It may be difficult for sure. But don't worry, don't give up. This year will surely be better. All right. Oh, forget what is happening, like the economy. Forget it, okay? Don't let it. But when you think about it, it may weigh you down. It may kill your spirit. You say, "Oh, how can I survive this year? I managed to survive last year. Now, how am I going to do?" No, guys, don't worry. Okay, keep on the hope. Keep on with the hope. Okay, you can make things happen. Okay, you can make things happen. Yeah, Obi won the election, but it was stolen. Yes, we know, but don't give up hope. Okay, Nigeria is like this now, it's like that now. People suffering. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, don't give in. Don't give up. That is what the politicians want. They want people to be begging them. Like how like how the Amiraj in the they call it Amiraj in the north. They will come with line up with their spoon and plate, begging for food. Don't worry. No, you cannot be like that. Okay, you what you mean? Let me tell you one thing. Um, if we say we depend on this on the nation, you will fail yourself. Okay, don't depend on the nation. Don't depend on people. Just believe that there's something inside of you can bring out, not only for yourself but for others. Have that in mind of first. That there is something inside of you that people need. There is something inside of you that you can give out to people. You know, have the mentality of have not just for yourself, but have it for others. Do you know what I'm saying? We have that mentality. That means you've gone beyond yourself now. That means you can definitely have for yourself. Because just have that mentality. With that mentality this year, you will climb mountains, okay? You will excel. All right? You will excel. You will excel, man. So for me, I'm not trying to encourage everyone. I mean, we just need to be focused, have a dream, have a purpose, have a vision. Not just having it, put it to work, say it out, say it because I always say there's power in words. Do you know what I'm saying? Say it out. This is what I want to do this year. I will do it. Say it. You can and you will do it. Okay? You will do it. Just say to yourself, this is who I am, I can do it, I will make it happen, despite this economic situation, despite the stress going on in Nigeria or in Africa, I can make it happen. My brother, man, my sister, man, you will do it and you will make it happen. Okay. I just want to, first of all, encourage everyone. This is a new year, a new beginning, and we should all know that, and we can definitely make things happen. Just as we watch, kindly share. It's important to like and share. Is a year of new beginning, a year of new things, a year of creativity, a year to make things happen, a year that you will know there is God. Okay, because when you start now, before the middle of the year, before the end of the year, you will see the result. You will not wonder, you will not think back and say, how did I achieve this? Okay, this is my prayer for all obedience. This is my prayer, not just obedience now. For me, I pray for everybody. This is my prayer for everyone, okay? For everyone that they will succeed in all their endeavors. Good endeavors, man. Okay. Good endeavors, okay? I will succeed in everything they do, in all the good things they do. Okay. In all good things they do. This is my prayer this is my prayer, and I continue to pray it, and that will be a change, okay? That will definitely be a change. That will definitely be a change. I believe so. I believe so. So I know that most people they've taken stock last year what they wanted to do. Yes, you could not achieve it. I had my plans too. I could not achieve all, but I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to God. Those plans are still on. Are still on. I added more to it. I added more, I would say, unbelievable projects to it. Things I would say beyond the ordinary that I want to do. I added to it also. Yeah, I believe it can happen. Just have that faith, guy. Just have that faith. Believe in yourself, okay? Forget this government. Forget them. Forget them. Seriously, I don't think they have the masses in mind. Really, man. What is happening, man? I don't really think they have the masses in mind. You know that they don't have the masses in mind. They don't have the masses in mind. Because naira, dollar, the rate is going. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So it seems they don't have the clue of how to fix the economy or fix the nation. Insecurity. Look at Plateau State. Look at what's happening in Plateau State. Man, we have to create. Last time I was telling from this guy made a video. I said, look, if you are a governor, defend your people, protect your people. That is why, like that was the governor that died some days ago. I heard he was part of the guys that formed Ametokon in that Ondo area because he had to secure his own people from all these killers, which is good. Secure your people from all these killers. I've said it. Governors, don't sleep. If you're Plateau State, all those Benue, all those stuff, don't sleep. Form a security. Come on, do it. Safeguard your people. Because we hear of many rumors of the causes of this fight, killings, and the rest. What is the real truth? Because these people, they know the people that are involved in it. Is it business as usual? Is it business? I saw a video today. I was not watching. And the one girl, she was, you know, saying many things of why people are doing this, uh, doing like ethnic cleansing. At the end of the day, after the resources of the land, because they have many, I mean, people are mining, they are doing many things. Mm, And we know that people are sponsoring these things. The government know, the security system, the security apparatus. I believe they all know. I believe they all know. I believe they all know. So I don't know why people should just be so heartless to kill for money, and not just kill for money now. Not just not killing now. Um, Maiming um, villages, communities, burning houses. You drive them out of their ancestral lands. You drive them out there, killing children and how will you not enjoy the wet? Such wet, how will you? I don't understand. So what will be your gain? And these guys were already rich. So at times when I see all these things, I say, man, people could be evil. People could be evil, really, man. People could be evil. People could be evil. But government, I know you know what is happening. Do something about it, please. I mean, people are suffering, man. People are really suffering. Nigerian people are suffering. Killings. Not even the food now. They're not talking about food. That for security first. Because when you have life, you have hope. That the security first. Because when you're secure, then you cannot plan what I need to do, what I need to do to eat, to take care of my of family, how you be productive. And at the end of the day, we are talking of bringing investors to the country. How will investors come? They will not come because the place is insecure. You have to have an enabling environment for investors to come in. You know, you have to have an enabling environment for investors to come in. If you don't have it, how will the investors come? They won't come. They won't come. Even Nigerians won't come. They will. I mean, diasporas. Because some of they've tried it, but some of them are scared. Man, they say, man, security there, not. And again, it's so pathetic, really, man. I said it before. When you try to invest there, even the government, the way they are taxing, I mean, they will base one tax. They will call it a name. They will threaten you. If you don't do it, they close down your business. I don't just get it. I don't really get it, man. It's pathetic. And this is what people are facing over there. And if you and you want investors to come in there, please, you have to tackle this stuff from the grassroots, man. From the grassroots, the councils, the state, the federal government, and all those taps are there. Tackle this stuff before it's security. Tackle it first. That's number one. Okay, before the other thing. Anyway, guys, this has been happening. So Peter Obi, had spent the New Year. How he spent the New Year with inmates. They did mass. How he went to Plateau State. How he went to Kano State, and how he went to Ondo State to do his visit. So many things, but all the same. And oh God, Tinubu had um, um, addressed the nation. He addressed the nation. I didn't really watch it, but I just had a kind of nugget of it. But there's one thing I saw that made me to laugh. If you see, I know that the people that saw it, they will definitely laugh. They will definitely laugh because it's just funny. It's so funny, just funny. I saw it. And this guy. I love him for one thing, man. I don't know. This guy, he has a sense of humor. He really sense of humor. I like him for that. The guy just he analyzed the 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 budget the budget of Tinubu. He analyzed the budget of Tinubu. It says like native doctor giving hope to a sick person. Let me wait. Let me speak and display it. Okay, he said this guy is got sense of humor, man. Sustainable New Year speech is like native doctor's words of hope to a sick man. This is just the truth. This is just the truth. This is just the truth. I don't really know what to say again. This is just the truth. Okay, and it's so bad that people are happy for him. Okay, they're happy for him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't just really know. I don't know. But go ahead. We pray for a better Nigeria. We pray for this year will be better, despite the government that policies what they want to do. As I said, believe in yourself. Have a plan. Have a dream. Because definitely, you will have a dream first before you can make things happen. If you don't have a dream, forget it, man. If you don't have a dream, now have a dream. Create a dream in your mind right now, what you want to do. Create a very big dream. Okay? Create it right now so that there'll be hope for you tomorrow. All right? If you don't have a dream, that means that there's no hope for you tomorrow. Okay? That means there's no hope for you tomorrow. So now create a dream. Okay? Create a vision, a really big vision for yourself right now. Create it, guy, and work on it. Okay? You can make it happen, all right? Anyway, this was just a part of it, okay? This was just part of it. Let me see what then one guy was trying to analyze the speech of Tinubu, you know, he was trying to analyze it's a good speech. Uh should I just play a little part of it before I go to my main thing, to my analysis of let me see. Let me just play it. Let me play it. Let me play part of it. It was the guy. It's named. I think it's this Ned Media. It's Ned Media. It's Ned Media. Um, Let me play part of it. Okay. Yeah, the Tinubu is still begging. Okay.
I extend this call to my political opponents in the last election. Election is over. It is time for all of us to work together for the sake of our country.
P2B will never join you, neither will Atiku, because you're not real. You're not facing reality. Even in this speech, you kept saying how you won the election, how the people voted for you. Why do you need to be rubbing it in their faces when you know that you were selected by the powers that be? Why will anyone join you when you keep telling them that you defeated them? When will the bragging stop? This was the same thing you did in Germany. Instead of marketing Nigeria as the chief marketer, so as to attract that foreign investment from Germany, you went on bragging how you brought Lagos from zero to the 5th largest economy in Africa, which was an obvious lie.
And today, I can brag, beat my chest, that Lagos is on the horizon. It is the 5th largest economy in Africa, from zero.
So any opposition member that joins you will just finish off his career. You wouldn't even allow the person to implement anything. The few that he will implement, you will take the credit yourself alone. That's what you did in Lagos. You feel that Lagos didn't exist before 1999, that you put it into existence, and all the achievements, despite knowing that major infrastructure projects were not executed under your administration. People who live in Lagos will attest to that. They know that it was under Fashola, Ambode, and to an extent Sanwo-Olu that major infrastructure projects were built in Lagos. But today, Tinubu takes all the credit. To him, it's not about nation building like he said. It's all about himself, his ego. He wants to claim that he achieved everything. For the record, what Lateef Jakonde achieved under 5 years, all the governors in Lagos State have not been able to achieve it in 24 years.
Another was the removal of the chokehold of few people on our foreign exchange system that benefited only the rich and the most powerful among us.
This is the worst part of the whole address. It explains the reasoning of the average African leader. They are not progressive. So because a few privileged individuals in Nigeria are able to get dollars from the central bank and other official quarters, and they go on to sell it at the black market, because of that, Nigerians should suffer.
Really
the whole economy should be brought down to...
Let me stop that. I want to play. There's a video I want to play. Interview. No, I like the interview. Okonkwo, the former spokesperson. I mean, Labour campaign organization spokesperson. It was on last TV. It seems many things. I just want to play it. Let's listen to it. And there was one video. There's a video that was on. Today. That was on today when the Lagos State governor accosted some people, some black people driving one way. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm against lawlessness, okay? I'm against lawlessness. Don't don't obey the laws, obey the rules, okay? Obey the rules. I'm not, but the way Sanwo did it, I mean, it was not supposed to be like that. It's the governor. It's supposed to do it maturely. I will arrest you. I will lock you up. That means you are the judge. I mean, you are the prosecutor. You are the judge. You are everything. It's not like that. This is a civilized society. When offend that when there is an offense, the offender will be the similar offender, person that committed the offense will be brought to court of maybe if it is fine, they give him a fine. That's how it is. They can pay the fine, pays it. If not, maybe there are other ways out. Or another way out to say I will put you in prison. I mean, I will lock you up. See if you own the power, you own everything. This look, the power these people they are putting themselves. It's just done too much. It's too much. It's too much. I think they need to look. I think they need to take a look at it. Really, it's too much because the thing. I'm not. I'm not saying what the person did was wrong. What they did was wrong. Driving one way is risky. It's against. I mean, the traffic rules and regulations. But there are ways they handle it. Okay, that's my stake. But for him to be saying, I will, as if you God, I will make sure you look your because okay, I will make sure. Come on, man, you're a man. That guy too is a man. Okay, if you then you one on one, maybe I'm the guy. One of them is a military officer, so that is one. Two, basically, all these people, military people, all these forces, they will think they can do more or do. Because you're a military officer now, or a police officer, then you are not free to break the law. No, it's not just right. Nigeria need to wake up because that is the more reason why you should uphold the rules and regulations. Since you know the rules, since you are one of the enforcers, that is one of the reasons why you need to obey the rules and the regulations. Because all these VIPs, they will carry police, they will be beating traffic, they will drive you one way, the police will clear roads for them. This is uncalled for. They need to look at all this stuff, man. Make Nigeria, governable. Come on, nobody's above the law, okay? That guy, you're not above the law. But the government, the way you are saying it, you are not God, man. You are not the judge. That guy, the guy for sure, he will be prosecuted and fined if he's found guilty. Then give him the fine. Not that I will make that was the reason I will make sure I lock you up. Who are you to say that? Anyway, it's just a pity anyway that this how we see things. Man, this how we see things. But it's a pity. It's just a pity. Okay, it's just a pity. A pity. That guy, I pity him.
Don't pick two of them. Pick them. Pick them. Put him inside your car. Put him there. Then your father come and arrest. Let him come and arrest you.
I'm a soldier, Augusta.
That's even the more reason. That's even the more reason. I'm going to lock you up. That's even the more reason. You're telling me you're a soldier. That's even the more reason. I'm going to lock you up. Get out of there.
Sorry, sir.
Get in down there.
Very sorry, sir.
This boy, you're telling me you're a soldier. Just take 4 of them. Yeah, lock him up. Telling me he's a soldier. Put him there.
Anyway, I don't support illegality. Okay, that guy should not be driving all the way. It's risky. Okay, but the way the governor was doing is not the best. Also, it's not the best. All right, it's not the best. I mean, uh, you should handle it properly. Okay, arrest the guy, no problem. But not that is the reason why I will deal with you. I will arrest you. I will. I know it's not like that, man. Okay, it's not like that. Anyway, now let me guys, please, as you watch, make a share, like, make a comment. Okay, let's discuss. Let's discuss. Is this a new year? What do we need to do? How to survive all this stuff? What do we need to do? Okay, people are hungry for the next 4 years. How are they going to do? Naira is going down. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are people going to do? It's we should lend the hand. We should lend the voice. Okay, lend the voice. What can we do? How can we help out? How can what can we do? What can we do? The government for now they are not helping matters. Man. They are not helping matters. They are not helping matters, and it's not just good. It's not good. It's not good. And I just pray, go help Nigeria, man. Go help Nigeria. But guys, don't 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 lose hope, okay? Don't lose hope at all. I mean, there is hope at the end of it. There is big hope, okay? There is big hope. There is something I have said before. There is something inside of you that you possess that can change, irrespective of the government, irrespective of what is happening in Nigeria. There is something inside of you that you possess that you can help people to help others with it. Okay, so look, search yourself, search your spirit. Okay, you will see, you will find it there. God has blessed you with something that you can help to lift up somebody else. Right now, you may be you need the help, but there is something inside of you that you can use to help. See, I have said this before when I started the program. Have this in mind that you want to be a helper. You know what I'm saying? Not just only for yourself. No, live beyond just yourself. Live, live as if you want to help out also. Okay. Right now, maybe you can even afford 2 square meal a day. Okay, but have the vision that okay, I want to help other people. Then check it inside yourself. There is something God has given to you that you can use to lift up others. When you can lift up others, that means you're already made now. That means you are made. If you can lift up others, that means you are made. So think beyond your enclave. Think beyond what what do I need beyond your own self. Think beyond that. Okay, this is one the secret. Okay, think beyond yourself. Think of how you can lift up others. And when you have that thing in mind, that means you will be able to produce something. You know what I'm saying? To produce something to help out. And as you are doing so, your cost is enlarging. All these are principles. Uh, you know, we speak like this when we talk like this. I would say, um, knowledge is power. Okay, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And with the knowledge, you can create things. With the knowledge, you can make things happen. With the knowledge, you can change things. Okay, you can change things. This is a new year. That's why I'm telling you this right now. Even before, I think on the 31st or so, I said some things like this also. I think so. Yeah. So you have to start right now. Okay. Don't procrastinate. Don't say I will, I will. No, now is the time for you to do it. Remove shame. Oh, let's assume you think it's a shameful thing. No, forget what is shame. What is shame? Forget shame. It's what you want to do it. Forget what people will say. People fail because they think of what people will say. You understand? So people fail because they think of what people will say. What would that one say? What would I say? Don't forget all those stuff. Don't allow somebody to define you. Okay? Define yourself. Define define yourself how God wants you to be. You understand? Not circumstances, not people. Okay? Don't answer to any name they call you. No. Don't answer to any name they call you. It's important you don't answer to any name they call you. Okay? When you answer to any name they call you, you will fall for it too. Okay? You fall for it. So guys, let's so know that, okay? That's what they say, know that. All right. Okay, guys, let's now go to this guy. Yeah. Let's just listen to the analysis, okay?
To former governor of Anambra State. He was a former governor, and a new Nigeria is possible, he says, in spite of the many unfulfilled aspirations of citizens. He's noted that the Nigerian economy needs a turnaround, considering the rising unemployment, inflation, poverty, inequality, and other key socioeconomic variables. Well, for a conversation on which of PDP and the Labour Party are the main opposition party, well, we're being joined now by former spokesperson for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Kenneth Okonkwo. Good to have you on Newsday. Thanks for joining us, and a very happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much. I wish you same, and I wish Happy New Year to Nigerians.
We surely hope it will be a better year than the previous one. In our fledgling democracy, it seems that we need to stand tall, and the Labour Party has come out to say that they are the championing opposition party. In what ways are the Labour Party going to be challenging the status quo and keeping their feet on the necks of the APC and the ruling party in order to make sure that there's some kind of balance within this political ecosystem we currently function?
Oh, well, basically, taking you back to the times of the campaign, you would remember that Peter Obi was the person that crafted the 7-point agenda that all these other parties are copying from, albeit doing a terrible job out of it. You remember he was the one who came out as a candidate and defended his 7-point agenda, which included securing and uniting Nigeria, as you know, production-centered growth for self-sufficiency and export. And as you know, he talked about effective and efficient legal and institutional reform to ensure, 1, cutting out wastage in government, 2, reducing cost of governance, preventing corruption, and importantly, building an honest and efficient civil service. He talked about leapfrogging Nigeria out of oil dependency to the 4th industrial revolution, and human capital development and expanding physical infrastructure and robust foreign policy. If you check all these people now, the presidential candidates, you discover that they were simply copying from him without learning the routes that he wanted to achieve these things. Now, apart from his knowing exactly what he wanted, he had the commensurate competence, capacity, and character to drive it, which is lacking in all these people. And Nigerians bought into that particular agenda of his. That's why he's the only person that scored 25% in all these 6 geopolitical zones, including the Federal Capital Territory. None of the candidates won more states than he did, even by the allocated results by INEC. So you discover that's why he is saying, I know Nigerians, I know what Nigerians want. We now are the effective opposition party. And look at the New Year message by the president, seated now in Aso Rock. He said Nigerians are expecting him to revamp the economy, to revitalize the industrial sector, to restore security, and to boost agricultural products. Now, this is exactly offshoots of the 7-point agenda, telling you that Nigerians had bought into the agenda of Peter Obi. That is what they wanted. That is what any government that wants Nigeria to accept it should implement. That is what they are failing to do. So he is actually the shadow president. If you talk about the parliamentary system, that's how they describe effective opposition leaders. He has earned it because he knew what he wanted to do. Nigerians have bought into it. And he and Labour Party, coming 3 months before the election, they still won better in a more spread form the votes of Nigerians. So he has earned that accolade of being the effective opposition leader. And I can tell you that he will do it effectively well, pending when Nigerians will realize the dream of a new Nigeria through him.
Now, some analysts believe it's a bit too early, to talk about the Labour Party being the main opposition party, considering how long the PDP has been in existence, its nationwide reach, and the fact that it was once a ruling party. So is it really the Labour Party that is the main opposition party now, or is it Peter Obi that is the main opposition figure at the moment?
Well, in all honesty, PDP is not in existence in the political realm of Nigeria, because let's take an example of what is happening in PDP. A presidential aspirant of PDP, who is the first runner-up during the primary election of PDP, and who vowed that he will never leave PDP no matter what, is now a minister in APC, telling you that PDP has totally been usurped by APC. There are three things that rule politics: the head, the heart, and the stomach. The head provides the logic, the heart, the sentiment. The stomach is for whatever goes, anything goes. So when a party has reduced itself to the party of stomach infrastructure, which some of their governors actually publicly said is their policy, then you know that that party can never and would never be an effective opposition party. Peter Obi has made it clear. He's not desperate about being Nigerian president. He's desperate about bringing a new Nigeria. And that is why he's effective, both as opposition and as a ruling person. When he was in Anambra State, he was very effective, turned a dead economy to a living economy till date. If he becomes the president, that's what he would have done. You cannot be an effective opposition leader if you do not have what it takes to be an effective president, if you were given a chance. So PDP, being a party of stomach, a party of whatever goes, is no longer existing in the political realm and minds of Nigerians. I keep saying it. Obi is not the alternative option. Obi is the only option. Now, he is of Labour Party. In Nigeria, independence candidacy is not allowed. You have to operate within the sphere of a political party. And his political party now is Labour Party. There is no need denying the fact that the entrance of Obi energized and reinvigorated Labour Party. Labour Party has been existing. It has produced a governor and produced some members of the National Assembly and State Assembly even before now. Remember, it is the party of NLC and TUC, so it's been existing. But entrance of Peter Obi gave it that national outlook and made it a party that Nigerians can trust. So if you would allow me, I would want you to concede to the fact that the only effective opposition today is both Obi and Labour Party.
Well,
and that is why we are keeping the ruling party on their feet.
Well, I'm glad you touched on that, because I wanted to bring that up. Peter Obi being the proverbial rock star of the political sphere, especially during the electoral season and amongst the youth. We saw him skyrocket and, of course, pull up the Labour Party from virtual obscurity. Now the elections are over, the dust has settled. We're looking for an opposition, but Peter Obi still is the only shining jewel in the crown of the Labour Party. He can't do it all on his own, as has been shown from the election circuit and how it all played out. So what are other members of the Labour Party going to do in order to help shoulder some of this burden from Peter Obi, who is the major flag bearer of the party? I mean, you're yourself excluded, as you're doing your own work in your own corner here to promote the good work of the Labour Party. But who are the other key leaders in the Labour Party who can share some of this spotlight and burden and continue to keep the APC and I guess the PDP on their toes?
Yes, being honest, remember, P2B is the head. And whatever the head consistently continues to do, other people will gradually follow up. Remember, and as you have noted rightly, when we started this new Nigeria and the chase for it, everybody came into Labour Party and we were just knowing each other. And old habits, even from the people that carried some baggages from the other parties, there will still be some droplets and remnants. And as they continue to see Obi lead by example, they will certainly follow. If we can get the president and the presidency correct in this country, every other thing will follow. If we do not get the presidency and the president correct, nothing will work. Because by the Constitution, the executive powers of the Federation are vested in the president. One person. And you know, the Constitution is so elaborate on the powers of the president. We have one armed forces. We have one police force. And he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Look at the terrible thing the current administration is doing in terms of security. More than 200 persons, for instance, died in Plateau State for a disease, for a problem that is foreseeable and has been there existing. Let me tell you, tackling the security situation of Nigeria is very easy because it has criminal dimension, ethnic dimension, religious dimension, and political dimension. Whoever wants to solve the security problem of Nigeria must be blind to ethnicity, to religion, and to politics. It is only when you're blind, like that blind woman of justice, blinded and carrying the sword, that you can effectively cut off the heads of all these people that are trying to destroy Nigeria. It is political because some of these people actually sponsor political parties and sponsor candidates in order that when they start perpetrating their insecurity on Nigeria, that such political people will look the other way. It is ethnic and religious in the sense that when those people come, they wouldn't want to invade the places that share the same ethnicity and religion with them so that they won't be blackmailed. But the foundation of the insecurity is purely criminal. It is the quest for resources. It is the quest for land. People from the desert area, naturally, when they are lacking because of the non-fertility of their soil, they start moving south and they want to, whether by good means or bad means, they want to take over the fertile land or be accommodated. And when they want to get it through peaceful means, and people do not want to let out the ancestral land, they will use other means, including force, to take over the land and resources. So the foundation of insecurity, whether you call it settler, indigene clash, or header-farmers clash, is economic. It is criminal. Criminal acquisition of resources and of land. So if you are going to be able to tackle it as a leader, then you must be blind to politics, blind to religion, blind to ethnicity, because these things combine in making sure the insecurity is intractable. These governments don't have it. You can see they cannot even commiserate. They have not even commiserated going to Plateau to empathize with them. And I'm talking about the president. Does he even have the strength? Obi has been there. Obi has been in Tundu, Biri. Obi has been everywhere empathizing because he's a man of compassion with Nigerians. So this is the man who is providing the opposition, solving Nigeria's economic problem. Very easy. He has told you must shift emphasis from consumption to production. What is this government doing? They are simply consuming. I'll give you an example. Look at the budget. 10 trillion naira for capital expenditure. Yet 17 trillion naira for recurrent expenditure, including 8.2 trillion naira for servicing debts. Since this government came in, it has borrowed close to $15.8 billion in 7 months. Meanwhile, you have removed oil subsidy completely. What are you borrowing for? You said you want to remove oil subsidy so you can have more money to give us these amenities. Yet you have borrowed all this money. Let me tell you what they're doing with it. 5 billion naira to give the first lady to eat. Nothing else. Because she doesn't have any constitutional duty or function. Then 20 billion naira to give chief of staff. They said to renovate his house. 15 billion naira to renovate the VP's house. This will cost Nigeria about 110 million naira every day for the next 1 year. Meanwhile, you cannot give the workers who are productive up to $1 a day as wage award. He said he was going to give the workers 35,000 naira a month as wage award. Not even wage increase. Meaning less than $1 a day.
Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo.
$1 is now 1,200 a day. So this is a government that doesn't have empathy, that does not invest in productive means. They are still consuming the money. Oil price is not going to come down soon. You're not
Mr.
going to get
Okonkwo,
production.
please
You're not
allow
going to
me
get
to interrupt
investment.
you. Allow me to interrupt you for the sake of time. You've
Please.
said, you've said quite
Please
a lot of
proceed.
things, But a look at the three prominent political parties in Nigeria now, and I'm talking about the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party. It shows a recycling of the same old crop of politicians with a sprinkle of a few hands, and it's quite clear that Nigerian politicians have no issues, with cross-carpeting at the drop of a hat. Now, this gives the impression that the parties and even the members, they lack ideology. They're not really interested in genuine nation building. It seems to be all about power, money, personal ambition. I don't know if this is an issue, that the Labour Party is willing to tackle, or it's not up for discussion. How do we change this narrative, when politicians just cross-carpet at will, just to realize their ambition?
I completely agree with you on that. And that is why I keep saying P2B, P2B. And because that is the only person that.
But Peter Obi left Abga as well. He left Abga, moved to the PDP, and from the PDP he moved to the Labour Party. So really, what is the outstanding difference between him and other politicians who have done the same?
Good. Because moving from one party to the other is not what makes you to lack competence, character, or capacity. When you have in a country that is rated to be one of the most corrupt, you will discover that if you are in search of a new Nigeria, you will continue to move until you get that platform and that environment and the people around you that you can use to achieve that. I don't need to tell you that Obi might just be a lone wolf crying in the wilderness. Repent, repent, for a new Nigeria is possible. That is why you see him making those moves. It is not because he wants power or money. He has told you he is not desperate about being Nigerian president. And he has shown it. Even when INEC did all the abracadabra. You know what Obi say? Calm down. We wouldn't need to destroy the nation. We will get it at the right time. So he is moving because he's searching for the particular environment and platform where the people that he's going to lead will accept this new Nigeria, where men should not just, that they shouldn't be corrupt, but they should be incorruptible. You can't get that in the traditional platform that is existing in Nigeria now. You cannot get it in PDP. You cannot get it in APC. I dare anybody that wants to confront what I'm saying. So I agree with you. The elected class now, even some from Labour Party, have not impressed me. They've not impressed Nigerians. But Peter Obi has impressed me because I was inside the political room and I knew how he was carrying his life. And I knew that he meant it when he said, I would rather do the right thing and lose than doing the wrong thing and winning. So I agree with you. But please, if you watch what I'm saying, I keep talking about P2B, New Nigeria. Because for now, he is the only politician I can tell you that can make these things possible. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Can you say this is what We wanted to see that our debt now is 88 trillion naira. And what are you spending it for? Nothing. Consumption. Buying SUVs, 100% imported for 469 members of the National Assembly. And you are talking about job creation. You know, he said his 8 priority areas. You know, he mentioned it in the speech. National defense and security. He has failed on that. Job creation. He has failed on that. Look at it. Macroeconomic stability. He has failed on that. He said he removed dual foreign exchange and wanted to make a single exchange. Are we not having the dual today? They are saying 800 naira official rate, and you have 1,200 naira. He has failed on that. You talk about investment environment optimization. He has failed on that. You talk about this is his own 8th priority area. You talk about poverty reduction. He has failed on that. You talk about social security. He has failed on that. You talk about human capital development. He has failed on that. What else has he not failed on? Wole Soyinka had to go to his office and say, my friend, you have 1 year to deliver. He gave him 7-point agenda. In Lagos State, his own town, Lagos Island, they were crying, we are hungry, we are hungry. So with profound respect, he has failed in the 8th priority area. 77 months of democracy is approaching 20% of your time.
Well, but some people would say
degree.
that 7 months, is a little bit too short for you to judge if he has failed or not. Don't you think we have been a bit too hasty in judging him so harshly?
You know, there's a proverb in my place that if you want to know how the thing of a big lady is, if you see the thing of a little lady, you will know. So, if you want to know how the 4 years will be, you start from 7 months. In these 7 months, how has he worked hard to cut wastage? I just told you about 40 billion naira is going to go into consumption that will add no productivity to Nigeria. I just told you a man who said he wants to revamp the economy, revitalize the industrial sector, and yet you're buying 469 imported SUVs when you have products that are assembled in Nigeria that you could have bought to improve the productive capacity of these firms. So what else is he going to do differently? He has borrowed about 15.8 billion naira, billion dollars. When is he going to pay all this? He's spending 98% of the revenue servicing debts, and he's borrowing more. What else are you expecting? Let me tell you, people are going to be hungry for the next 4 years. Forget it. Because naira will not appreciate. The only secret in appreciating naira is what? There's no magic.
Well, there you have it.
To strong currency. Strong currency is predicated on strong economy.
True.
Strong economy presupposes an industrial productive base and a steady export market.
All right, Kenneth, let me jump in here because we have expended our time. We appreciate you coming and having this great discussion with us here on Newsday. Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council spokesman Kenneth Okonkwo, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I think that one need to give us hope that we need to stay strong, okay? This year, for me, I've said before, forget the government, okay? There is something inside of you that you can make happen. All right. So dig deep. Dig deep inside of you. You will find it there. All right. So we don't need to don't give up. The year is just started. So let's just be positive. Okay. You have something inside of you. You can give out. When you're giving out, that means you're already full. That means you have. All right. So that is what I will say. This government right now, as it is not serious, man. I don't want to say much about these people at all, because they're just consuming, borrowing and consuming, eating. I mean, they don't have the people at heart, really, man. They don't have people at heart. So we should keep on talking. We need to really keep on talking. We need to be together, and we need to make things work, okay? Peter Obi cannot do it alone, seriously, man. So that energy we had during the election, during the campaign, that energy we had, please, let's revive it. We need to revive it. So these are things not just people really need to sit down. It's like the different bodies, organizations. Me under Peter Obi, grassroots organization, Peter Obi, diaspora, all the Labour Party stuff, all the arms, okay, to re-strategize of how to solidify of the gains we had in 2023, because we had gain, man. We had gain. Peter Obi made sure it did. I mean, it reawakening the hope for Nigeria. So that hope, we should not kill it. So, guys, maybe you'll be hearing me. Maybe you are part of those group. Let's have a Basketball Talk conference. Let's bring all the schools together. Let's start reawakening in them, because most of them, they've a bit tired. They just give up hope. They are giving up. Okay, but we should rekindle the fire. Okay, we should rekindle the fire. That's what I would say. That is my point. Okay, we should rekindle the fire. But Nigeria is a blessed country. We have great people, lovely people. So Peter Obi, we should stand behind him, keep on pushing him, give him the encouragement. Last time we had um, that the it was anyway, asking questions. He said if he tells us what has been happening to him, all the threats, all the pressure, that we'll be surprised. And we know pressures on him to say first of all the secret Tinubu, pressures, threats, they've been on him, okay? But thank God he's a man of his words. He said he's with us all through for the fight, all through the fight. I know that it's going to be a long war. That is what I mean. I'm not, I know it's a long war, okay? Intimidation, threat, they will do it, okay? But don't give up, guys. Please don't give up, okay? We'll make it happen. Anyway, this is part of the things I said I was going to share. This is a new year. So, first of all everybody should have a dream this year. Have a vision this year. If you don't have if you don't have a vision or a dream this year, go and write it down. Write it down. Start it right now. Work towards it. You know, say it. You definitely you will succeed, man. You will make it happen. You will definitely make it happen. You will definitely, before the middle of this year, have a good result for yourself. Is it in finances, every area, but have a vision. If you don't have a vision or a dream, how will you succeed? What are you going to build? A builder must have, an architect must have a vision, then draw the plans before you start making the move. That how life is. Have a vision, have the dream. How do you want it to be? Then put it down. Then work on it. Don't think that you have the money. No, no, no. Eternal times, no. Don't wait until you have the money. Don't wait. Have the dream. Put it down. Put it to work. Start working on it. It will definitely work. Okay. I have a dream more than for just. Don't be selfish. Don't say for myself. No. If you do for yourself, it will not work. Have a dream of beyond your beyond yourself, beyond your environs. Okay. Have a bigger dream. You can make it happen. Mm. Wow. Maybe I will find, maybe, don't know, find time. There are things like this I need to talk, but I did plan all this stuff. I don't plan it. If I want to talk like this, I can find a time, maybe for 2 3 days, maybe 1 hour. Serious stuff. We talk about it. You know, knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. There's power in what you in God give us power to do many things. Ability, creativity, God give us power, man. So we have opportunities. We should use it. We have opportunities. We should make use of it. Okay. Anyway, that was our story. We have Edo State election coming up. What is his name? Shomo, the Obaseki and his deputy on one hand, Wiki, Fubara, they are still struggling their own. The speaker has resigned. I heard the speaker now as the chief, chief of staff to the governor. politics playing on, playing on. Man, I think I will start with Fubara first. Okay. Fubara was saying that there's no peace, which is correct. There's no peace. No bad peace is too those peace is too worse for the sake of the universe people, which is true. Okay. But that peace I was talking about, I believe in peace. I believe, that's why I said before, if we can fall apart, I don't for me personally, I don't care. The two are together, they're cousins, man. They rigged the election together because Labour Party won that state, but they rigged the election for Tinubu. So for me, I don't really care about them. What I care about is Rivers people. Okay, so I don't really care if Fubara win, this one win, okay win. No, because both of them, man. What I care about is who governors in Rivers State. Anyway, let me just play the Fubara. He had a meeting and we what is a meeting and what um um well, yeah, let me Fubara he had a talk. Let me just play it. I know that here and Wiki they are still on the go. The battle is still on. So the fight is still on. The fight is still on. I don't really care about the fight anyway. Let's listen to Fubara.
Fruitful
To Fubara.
and prosperous new year.
Take one moment. Yes.
This is because every decision that we have taken, it is not born out of fear, but because we have the interests of our people. And we have respect for elders. The president requested that we do certain things, in as much as it might not be very comfortable with everyone that is here. But it's the place of the leader to say, let us go along with it. Because if we don't have peace in the states, there won't be that meaningful development that we desire. So I'm appealing to everyone. Let us embrace the peace. We need this peace because our intention for our state is not because of our own personal interests. It's for the interests of everyone, the interests of the development of our state. So when we are faced with this type of situation, we consider the actions and reactions. Who is going to suffer? Fubara will not suffer. I can assure you that. But 1 million supporters will suffer. So those decisions are decisions we took because we want you to still be afloat. We want you to see me as your governor and be happy.
That is Fubara. I'll still go back to what he was saying. He wants to say it's not just about peace, which is okay. But is it the peace? Was it too cowardized? That's what I don't. That's what I cannot say. Okay, if it was cowardice, it is not cool. If it is cowardice, it's cowardice. That would be too bad. Okay. Anyway, let's keep on watching him. Let's listen to him.
To show that the government is alive. I want to leave you with only this message. We will not disappoint you. We also will not be involved in any dirty fighting, because we know that we are going to be the losers. Therefore, whatever it will take, as seen in our decisions. Yesterday, a lot of you were worried. Why would the speaker? It will tell you what we can do for peace. It's not about what we want to gain. It's not about the power we want to express or exercise. But at the end of the day, what are we leaving for our people? So we took those decisions not out of fear, but because at the end of the day, when we leave here, we want people to remember us don't remember us with fear. Remember us in our simplicity. Remember us in our care. Remember us that we are people who are prepared to give in anything for the interest of our dear state. Yesterday, a lot of you were worried. Why would the speaker? It will tell you what we can do for peace. It's not about what we want to gain. It's not about the power we want to exercise. But at the end of the day, what are we leaving for our people? (2024) is for all of us. If I could survive, you that you don't have any problem now. You will survive better than me. So I'm wishing every one of us here a very fruitful and prosperous 2024, to the glory of God. Thank you. And may God bless you all.
That was Fubara saying that what they did was not out of cowardice. They wanted peace for the people, which is okay, which is good. We believe in peace. We believe in, making things to work. Making it to work. This TVC analysis. I say TVC, they are a kind of, they are somehow in a way, but I will play it for a few minutes, okay? For just a few minutes, and I will leave it. The TVC analysis on Fubara and and uh, and Wiki. But we know that the war is still on, and we know. So for me, I've said before, I don't really care about them. Okay. Yeah, so let's hear from the TV analysis. Okay, let's hear from them. Okay. All right,
Don't give
let's
him the
listen to them.
credit. Was talking about being prepared to do anything that is possible to defend his people and to defend the people of River State. So on Friday, Yusom Wike came out to say, look, see, this is just the beginning. That we've not started at all. And Nigerians felt that, after the intervention of President Bola Tinubu, that, they might have sheathed their sword, and everybody, all is looking good. We saw them in that church service. They were both shaking, and the governor saying that he's my boss, he will continue to be my boss. And I was deceived. I thought by now the tension would have, been de-escalated.
Well, to a large extent, the tension has been de-escalated. If Wike had not talked, we would not have known that things were still bad, because at a point we were thinking that the state would go up in flames. The president's intervention calmed things down, no doubt about it. Even Wike said, well, because of the president, the president gave instruction, you don't do this, you don't do this. So he is slowing down. It's unfortunate, but Issa Wike needs to realize that there is nothing happening between him and Similaye Fubara that is not happening in most states. Governors want to determine their successors, sometimes impose their successors on everyone. But you have no guarantee that the person that you have imposed will be loyal to you all through. There's nothing that they've done to Wike that is strange in the context of Nigerian politics. Nothing. I've seen worse situations. He's talking about 3 months. What is 3 months? There are people who fought their godfather the same week that they came into office. There are people. So if 3 months to him is too early, he should ask Jim Nwobodo. Jim Nwobodo went to bring Chimaroke Nnamani from the U.S. He was a medical doctor in the U.S. Brought him here. He fought Jim. He fought Jim to a standstill. They divided the House of Assembly. At that time, the Jim supporters in the House were sitting in Abuja. They dare not sit in Enugu. Enugu was too hot for them. Invariably, he was able to win some of those Jim supporters to his side, and effectively, he took complete control. He did not want Jim to interfere in the running of the state. Yeah. It was the same coin that Sullivan Chime. In fact, Sullivan Chime began to fight Chimaroke Nnamani's aides and other people that they were in the cabinet together the same week that I took over. I had friends in the government at that time. People like Ogazimora, Igboneku Ogazimora. They chased them out of their government quarters the week that Sullivan Chime took over. And Sullivan Chime effectively shut out Chimaroke from the affairs of the state. We've also had what happened between the Secretary of Government of the Federation, Akume, and the pastor,
Father Ilya,
that he put from the week that he took over. He left no doubt that he does not want to entertain a godfather. That's what happened. Today, they don't see eye to eye. Today, their aides, they don't like one another. This is a fact. Two different persons did the same thing to the former governor of Gombe State, Senator Goje. Dan Kwambo did the same thing to him. Remember on the day that Senator Goje lost his wife, Dan Kwambo came to the house and he said, you, from the inauguration arena, you've not entered this house. You remember? Because we played that video here. Yeah. They were speaking in Hausa, but I translated it. He said, from the inauguration arena, you've not visited this house. This same woman was the one who used to take good care of you. It was after he died that you knew that this was your house. As if that was not enough. That one left. The same Danjuma Goje brought the current governor. In fact, the breakfast that this one served him is worse than Dankwambo. Dankwambo may not talk. Dankwambo was a gentleman.
He served a warm breakfast. This one is very cold.
You know, the mafia people say revenge is a meal best served cold.
Very cold.
Koje was coming into town for the wedding of his, I think, granddaughter also. They stopped Koje from entering town. How can a governor do that to the person who facilitated his becoming governor? So, see, if you're even, that's why Wike needs to slow down. I know how painful it can be when you feel that someone has betrayed you, and I think it's shameful for them to be bringing ethnic issues into it. It's not Fubara is not an Ijaw governor. He's the governor of all.
I'm telling you.
Don't bring, because I saw some of the Ijaw leaders that are coming and say no, that is wrong.
Busy telling them to that.
He could have gone for his own brother, an Ikwere person. And the Ikwere man will win because they have the population.
Yes, exactly.
Their local governments are the biggest. What are we talking about? So if he went for you, you ought to remember that it's done you a favor. And what Wike is saying is, look, many people have sleepless nights to put you there. You have no reason to treat them shabbily. But as the elder, people were asking him that question, as the elder is the one who needs to slow down a bit. Otherwise, the outcome may not be palatable for him.
Anyway, you asked one of the most fundamental questions during that interview, because you were there and I watched you. You asked former Governor Wike, sir, is this not karma? I wish our producer can play that. You are trending on social media. You are trending. That's your question. Yes, you are trending.
What goes around comes
well,
around.
You said what goes around comes around. And I was expecting to. He was dancing around. Yes.
No. He was right.
Yes.
He was right because Amechi didn't make him governor. Never. Amechi didn't make him governor.
No. Amechi didn't make him governor.
Unlike him, he made. You see, there is a difference. I understand where it's coming from. When Amechi ran away to Ghana, they thought he would kill him. They were the ones who fought for him. They were the ones who fought for him. He was right. He made someone governor. Amechi didn't make Wike governor.
BKO.
Amechi went for someone else. Let me get somewhere. Amechi went for someone else. He went for Dakuku. He contested against him and defeated him. You remember?
I do.
So the point that he's making is that, look, the fact that he made him, yes, he was his chief of staff. Yes, he was his chief of staff.
That's why.
But he didn't. The difference. This one, he made him.
BKO, let me land.
He was the chief of staff, and he worked hard to make Amechi governor.
Yes, BKO, let me land. Wike was a chairman of a local government.
Yes.
It was former governor, what's his name? The one before Amechi, was Odili. It was under him that he became chairman of Obiakpo local government. And when he was to have the second term, he was having problem. That's to come back as a second term. He was
as local government chairman.
Yeah, local government chairman. He was having problem. He ran back to Odili. Amechi was Odili's younger. He was about to Odili. When Odili had his hospital in River State, Amechi was his PA. So we have to understand these issues fundamentally.
And he made Odili to made him speaker.
And eventually the issue when when Amechi was having a little problem with Odili, Wike sided Amechi. There were a time they had issue, but they resolved that issue. He now became chief of. If Wike was not made chief of staff to Amechi. At what point will he start talking of the issue of becoming, where he became minister, he didn't become minister? But let us, I knew that no matter whatever Wike says, in as much as I know that
the cases are not exactly the same. That's the point that I make.
No, I'm not saying
he didn't make him governor, but he made this one governor. That's the point
that's
that
what I'm saying.
I was trying to say.
No, that's where I'm heading to, is that somebody will always make someone when it comes to politics.
Wow. Politics. Hey, guys, politics. Even Magnus Abe, the same thing too. I would still play a part of it also of Magnus Abe. I mean, um, let's listen to it. After this, I will. I'm not to. Uh, what is happening, man? Okay, but because the crisis there in universities is not over. Okay, let me just go. So, and again, after that, I will go to I will go to uh, Edo State.
The nation right. And he has said a lot of things that Nigerians were really, really concerned about. And the important thing is that people understand from this that he actually is listening and seeing what is going on in the country. So I think all in all, it was a good speech for this time. It was a kind of...
What I'm talking, okay, I will play that one right now, okay? So River State, their case is still, it's still on, okay? All right, let's listen to what you say with the crisis.
I know and I'm aware that you were ahead, literally, if I may say that. Due to this feud between the governor of Rivers State and his predecessor, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, we have seen things happen. One of the things we've seen is the withdrawal of suits by his political opponents. The first was the Labour Party candidate, Itubo Beatrice, withdrawing a suit against him, or a petition against him, if you will. And then the issue of I think it should be today, when Mr. Dumo Lulu Briggs also withdrew his suit, which was instituted at the Supreme Court, challenging the victory of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Now, you had told yourself so many months ago, and you withdrew your petition. Now, the first question I want to find out from you, what does this mean for the mandate of Governor Siminalayi Fubara? First off, let's lay that foundation before we dig deep.
Well, I think it's good news for the governor, because if people who were contesting your mandate are voluntarily withdrawing their contest against your victory, then it means that the possibility of you losing in the courts is diminished by the fact that nobody is actually against you at that point. So I think that this is a reflection of the stand of some of these political parties on the current crisis in Rivers State. And I don't think that they think it is in the interest of the state to continue to heat up the politics at a time when the governor appears to be under so much pressure. So I think it is their own contribution to trying to stabilize the politics.
Let me take a quote from when you chose not to continue with your petition. You were quoted as saying, "It is the interest of our state so that we begin to reduce the bickering and confusion that is in our state in order to give all of us opportunity to be able to move forward with our lives." As at this time, the issues we have now, we're not there. Now, seeing what is happening, are you disappointed with the ruling party, given the sacrifice you made by just saying, okay, let's just let it be, elections have come and gone? But within the party that won, the state is in a crisis politically. Are you disappointed?
I think disappointed would be, it will not exactly convey the feelings of either myself or the majority of Rivers people. I think saddened will be a more appropriate word, because what is happening now in the state puts the entire state in bad light. it brings back the whole emphasis that we should be having at this time due to the economic challenges that Nigerians are facing, even here in Rivers State. But because of the emphasis on politics that we have, all our resources, all our time, all our energy is consumed by what I would term as a needless political crisis. And the sad thing is that not a lot of people in the state actually understand what the point of contention or the bone of contention is in the midst of all this. A lot of people don't simply understand what is even causing the crisis or the problem, so to speak, but they have to live with it on a daily basis. I think it's quite sad.
So let me ask, what do you make of this feud? Because I know you're a major stakeholder. However anyone wants to look at it, whether you're in the ruling party or not, you've served in government, you've been a lawmaker, you've seen as much as anyone who is in politics can see, and you were going into becoming the governor of the state. What do you really make of this particular feud between the governor? I'm talking about these two, the predecessor and the successor. What do you make of this feud if you were to make something out of it?
Really, like I said, it's really quite sad. I think that since some of these things are personality clashes, some of them are based on the dynamics of the relationship that existed between the parties prior to the governorship. Because when you have a master-servant relationship and then all of a sudden the quote-unquote servant is now in a position of power, and you still want to maintain the relationship on the basis of those dynamics, there's bound to be conflict. And if these conflicts are not properly handled, and then you have all sorts of haymakers on the side whose economic and political fortunes are tied to the apron strings of one party or the other, there's bound to be a lot of confusion and crisis in such a situation. But what I know is that, like I said today, I think a lot of people may have underrated the governor. I think he's really quite smart when he has been able to navigate the issues so far. And I also think that he's listening to the president and trying to abide by the president's intervention was also a very smart move on his part. But given the dynamics of this kind of situation as it is ruled by, I don't think that the last has been heard from all the parties in this dispute as of yet, unless there is a genuine effort to handle this situation with maturity and dexterity. I think Rivers State is in for some rough days ahead, I must say. I don't think it's over yet.
Which is why we're bringing it to the front burner, because I'm going to ask you questions on concerns about escalation. But before all of that, I want to find out from you, I did mention that you're a major stakeholder. Have you been able to reach out to maybe FCT Minister Nyesom Wike or the governor himself to be able to maybe see what you can do or even hear them out? I constantly ask the question, what exactly is the bone of contention between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike? A lot of people don't seem to know exactly what the case is. It looks like everybody's running around something. Nobody's actually pointing at it. You are a stakeholder in the state at a high level. What do you know? And what are they telling you? Have you reached out to any of them?
Well, to be very honest, I don't think that at this stage it will make much sense for any third party to try to intervene uninvited. I think that the person who has the capacity and the ability to is voluntarily submitted to his intervention. So I don't think in this kind of situation it will make much sense for me to call either the minister or the governor and start asking them what is the problem. I am not in a position to bring them together for the simple reason that neither of the parties will listen to me if I try to. But I do think that the president's intervention, which was meant to bring the parties to what we as lawyers would call status quo ante bellum, that's their various positions before the beginning of the crisis, was a good place to start. But you know, in this kind of matter, it is very, very difficult to draw lines and believe that everybody is going to stick to those lines, because a lot has happened legally, a lot has also happened emotionally and psychologically within the states, and a dispute of this nature involves practically everybody in the state. Everybody in the state, one way or the other, is affected by what is going on. So it is very difficult, even for the parties themselves, to just take one position and walk away with it. I think that a lot of maturity is needed, particularly on the part of the two main actors. People just have to, you know, drop their egos and tempers and just allow things to just slide forward a bit, so that, you know, the River State can breathe and move forward. I think that is the best way that their actions can help.
Senator, let me make the most, with the benefit of having you on the program today. I'm sure you've seen those resolutions. Are there concerns when you look at the 8-point resolution? That's one question. And when those resolutions were released to the press and we read through them, one of the things I raised, asking questions for people who come from River State who were responding to questions, was the fact that, look, a lot was said between the governor and the lawmakers that defected, but nothing was said about the Ehie group, the four. And just yesterday, we understand Ehie has resigned from the House. I don't know how you want to. So first, are there concerns with the resolutions when you look at it? Things like the governor has to represent the budget, represent the people that resign, you know, all of that, as well as this issue of Edison Ehie resigning as a member of the House.
Well, to me, the resolution was something that was reached between parties. And a lot of the parties who were involved in the crisis were not actually party to that resolution, but their interest one way or the other was covered. For me, those who voluntarily resigned from the government had taken a position based, a lot of them said it was for personal reasons. They had sworn to uphold the Constitution and to serve the state, you know, not an individual. Just on their own to walk away from that, and now they have been given the option of walking back, you know, to literally lick up what they have thrown up. But that is their own personal decision. The 8-point resolution, discussing it at this point, is really neither here nor there. Like I said, there will be hitches in the implementation of those resolutions, because some of them are sub judice. Some of those issues are already being litigated by parties who are not party to those resolutions. But like I said, to me, what the president tried to do was to return the feeling parties to their position before the escalation of their disagreement. And they had voluntarily agreed to try to walk themselves back to that point. So I think it is something that will take a lot of doing. It will go even beyond the point of that 8-point resolution. Okay. But it's something that at this point involves practically everybody in the state, and everybody would have a different opinion. But since the governor had signed on to it, and the parties had signed on to it, I was saying today that when I was a commissioner in the state, we had a friend of mine, Odeyi Ajimogobia, who was the attorney general, and everybody kept saying he wasn't a politician. But when it came to time to pick the minister for the state, Odeyi became the minister for River State. And people were still saying he's not a politician, but he got the top job that all the politicians were looking for. So I think that the talk that the governor is not a politician is overtaken by the fact that he got the top job in the state as the governor. So people must give him the credit for however he managed to find himself as the governor of River State. It is not a small position. And I believe that one way or the other, God will give them the wisdom to work through this situation as it is right now.
All right.
It's a very, very sad time.
All right, Senator,
Yes.
I know you're a lawyer, but I may want to put you in a position. Two reasons. I don't know why. I know you said some things are sub judice, but I don't know what your interpretation of the lawmakers who defected, who are still in the House, who haven't, vacated their seats and all of that. I may like your take on it. And the other part is, to avoid this escalating further, we're seeing posturing, grandstanding along, lines of ethnicity, upland versus, riverine and all of that. If this thing blows beyond this, the conversation is not going to be as civil as it is. So what do we do to stop this as quickly as possible? That's one question. Second is your position on the lawmakers that defected who are still in the House. Just, if you can do that for us in 1 minute, sir.
Well, in 1 minute, like I said, the position of the lawmakers is being contested from different angles. What I was told is that their former party, the People's Democratic Party, is contesting their position. And by the terms of this agreement, the governor had agreed that they can stay in the APC at the present time. So in terms of the agreement, I think their position is secure for now. But there are outside forces who are not party to this agreement who will still contest that fact based on the constitutional provision. So I think that this is not over yet in a long shot. But like I said, what we need in the state is peace. And everybody has something they can do to contribute to giving us peace in the state so that Rivers people can at least begin to see the benefits of the dividends of democracy. Just 7 months after the last election, we don't need to begin to fight again 3 years before the next election. It just doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
All right, thank you so much, Senator Magnus Abe, the senator who, I wanted to say, the governorship candidate of the SDP in the last election. I wish I had more time. I wanted to ask you about the story we heard on the Mossop saying they are ready for oil exploitation in the land again, but unfortunately we don't have the time. But I'm saying here that if it's possible, we'll bring you back and we'll get your commitment to come and talk about that, because that is your area and we'd like to know how that came about. But unfortunately, we don't have time. So thank you so much, Senator.
Let me correct you a bit. Politically, I'm heading back to the APC. So that you should need to take cognizance of that as well.
Oh, breaking news. Senator Magnus Abe is leaving the SDP, going back to the APC. Can you say that again for the record, sir?
I said politically, I'm heading back to the APC. So you need to take cognizance of that. Thank you very much.
Politicians are like that, man. They cross across carpet. Anyway, I will just reverse. Just to reverse state for you to tell you what is happening there. I mean, well, watching. I know that the fight is still on. Even if they cool down now, it's paused now, or somehow it's going to take some time, man. And the speaker that resigned, the governor made him be the chief of staff. So things are happening behind the scene. Okay, now to Edo State. Edo State. Wow. Obaseki and and uh, and his deputy. They've been a loggerhead for a very long time. For a very, very long time. They have been loggerhead for a very long time. Okay. So now let me play his interview with the deputy governor. His interview. In first segment, but I'll just play just one segment. I won't be able. I mean, I'll just play just one segment. Okay. It's interesting. I mean, all these politicians, they are they are doing their job, try to convince and convince. Anyway, as I always say, politicians be careful. Don't be careful. Just be careful. If you play politics, be careful. All right? They'll say no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. So that's what they always say. So you can see now that guy says crossing from SDP again to APC. They are always crossing. What's happening? All right, that is part of this. As you watch, kindly like, share, make comment, okay? And if you want to be a part of this, maybe what me are you to discuss, okay? Send me message me, okay, personally. We'll find time to do it. We want constructive stuff, okay? We'll find time to do it. That's what I would say, okay? Let's listen to them. I think this is about 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes.
Better on the job. And, because of what has been happening in some quarters, they have said that you're not a loyal person. I would like you to address that. How do you place that in politics? How do you play loyalty in politics, but also do not forget your dreams?
My question is similar to that. So let me just add mine. So my question was about, what is it exactly about you that you think the governor doesn't like, or would not, the reason why he doesn't want to support? Is it because of loyalty issues, or what exactly is the core,
you think,
or from your own perspective, why he's not supporting you?
Yeah, I think in terms of loyalty, I think people get it, or the governors people are getting it all wrong. Loyalty to the governor and to the state, you can't fault me on that. You can't fault, even the governor can't fault me in terms of loyalty. Ambition and loyalty, they are two separate things.
Okay.
So you have to separate it. Ambition is guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay. Loyalty is given, and I've given that loyalty 100%. I told you, I sacrificed a lot to keep the relationship. Right. A lot. I even had to, my own political father, Comrade Adams Oshomole, I disagreed with him.
Disloyal to him?
No, not disloyal. I disagreed with him when we wanted to move the goalposts when the march had started, in favor of Obaseki. Even when, as at the time I was doing that, I know what I was deprived of. Yeah. Personal and official, I was deprived of a lot of them. But I didn't mind. It was not about what I earned. It's not about me. It's about what we've started. And I see it work. I saw it worked under Oshomole. I saw it worked. So for me, that trajectory must not be cut short. And I had to put everything in it, loyalty 100% to the government.
What did you do?
Now, ambition is just the problem.
Oh.
The only problem I have with the governor is just my dream of becoming governor. Nothing more. We don't have any personal issues.
What is his problem? What do you think his problem is with you? Is it fear of your ambition? Or do you think there's something about he has on you?
Actually,
some secret that you guys have, or something between the two of you that nobody else knows? There's got to be something he knows.
Or does he not trust that you be a good governor for Edo State?
I really don't want to say what I feel in terms of why, because I've been checking and I've been hearing different conversations. Some say the guy is bringing his business partner. So, and the guy, Chairman Sterling Bank, official bank of the state government, transactions in the state. He knows much about the transaction. Is his business partner. So a lot of speculation. So I cannot actually lay my hand on any one of what the issues are. Because I check the way, it was just like putting light off and switching it off. The way the governor just changed. It was like putting light, the way you switch off light and so just checking, listening to, I'm an own boy, listening to the street. The street is telling me it's his partner. The other one time somebody said capacity. I don't have capacity. I said, okay. I check. I say, if capacity means when you are given an assignment and your assignment becomes the flagship of the administration, then I don't have capacity. But if capacity is that you're given an assignment and you fail, and that makes you have capacity, then I don't have. So for me, all the assignments that I've handled in this government, they are the flagship of the government now. We pride ourselves that we have done this, done that. Those things that are under my purview. So in terms of capacity, that one is not there at all because I have the capacity.
Nelson is calling from Plateau State. Good morning. Hello, Nelson. I think I lost that call.
Yeah.
So, okay, so there's a way you described yourself of someone of great influence in how it impacted the current governor and the previous governor. And so I would think that anyone coming against you would understand the political implication. Do you truly believe you have that sort of influence that could scuttle, you know, the current governor's ambition for whoever it is that he wants, given what people may have described as a disloyalty to the previous governor?
Edo people, we are very sophisticated people in terms of our thinking. We are very sophisticated. I can bet you, go to the street of Benin, go to the street of Epoma, go to the street of Edo North. They will tell you that when they were taking out my billboard, some called me and said, "You don't need billboard, we know you. We don't need billboard. Leave there, let them remove all the billboards. They need to use those billboards for their own because they don't know that one." But you don't. So you understand. So I am confident that the structure that I see and the people that I know, they will not support anybody that they feel is an outsider. They know me. They can feel me. They can touch me. And that is why they are all saying, don't stop. Some might even say, if they try anything, you go somewhere else. And I say, no, we'll get it here. So there are a lot of things.
Maybe like another party.
So because you were talking about the streets just now, I remember the tweet from Edo Lights, and he's talking about how the streets are boiling.
Yeah.
There's so much criminality happening in Edo State right now. Yesterday, he tweeted that if you live in certain areas in Edo State, in Benin particularly, he called out about 6 areas and said, cultism, dead bodies are everywhere in Edo State right now. And a fan of the show, Ehi, is also Benin. He's tweeting right now saying, Benin reportedly is littered with dead bodies. He's confirmed from police officers. You, as the Edo State government, they're also alleging that the government in politics give guns to vigilantes that empowers this and all this problem. What exactly would you say you have done? And what would you do if you get to Edo to stem the cultism happening? The sad thing is that even in Auchi, when I traveled, I wasn't pleased. When I traveled this year, I wasn't pleased by the things I saw. You know, the drive of the youth. How involved in the street and how concerned are you about these problems, and what would you do to change them?
Yeah, I'm really, really concerned. I'm really, really concerned. And security issues are not what you talk in public. But I can tell you that I can handle the problems of Edo State security-wise. I've done it before as an acting governor of the state. I acted twice now as governor in 8 years. One was for 1 month. The other one was for 15 days. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the first 30 days, we had S-men and farmer clashes were at the peak. At that time, I was acting. And what I simply did was to reorganize the vigilante network. The first ever meeting with all the DPOs. I called all the DPOs, called all the hunters, called all the restructured the vigilante group, called all the first-class village chief, first set of meeting, and reorganized the security architecture. Got the federal government, the chief of army staff, chief of air staff, to come to our rescue. And what did I do? We went, they got some drones from the Air Force, got a helicopter from them, and they came to comb our bushes to check what they should. And what we saw was an eyesore. An eyesore. And we had to call a second meeting. Within that 1 month, got the village head to now be involved. And I gave a marching order that anything that happened within that vicinity, the village head must be held responsible. So the implication is that I involved the traditional rulers now in governance in their domain. And we agree. And I released some funding. And they said we needed a vehicle. 100 million was my limit to be spent in 1 month. There's no way I can buy. And after 24 million was Hilux. That means if I must spend the 100 million as well for. So I have to check. There was a police officer that worked in Lagos before. And yeah, he is now there. I think he was the area commander of Edo Central, Axis. And he said, Oga, you don't need Hilux. In Lagos, there's this Sienna 2002 Sienna. We use it in Lagos. I said, he said, you don't need to go into New Zealand. And I asked, after the meeting, I asked how much they buy the Sienna. So at that time, 1.9 million. You buy it, then refurbish him, change tire and everything, about 2.3 million, some 2.2, different. And I ordered 20 immediately. Refurbish them, and we push them in. I can bet you, after cleaning the bush with the Air Force and the military, and I introduced what we call bush combing. Every week, the village heads, the DPO in that area, they go into the bush to do bush combing, and the farmers return back
To their farm.
to their farm. And when the governor came from that leave, he wrote a commendation letter.
Okay.
Thanking me.
You still have it?
I still have it here. I can give it to you. He wrote a commendation letter praising me, and we now adopted that security architecture. But the problem today is that we didn't follow through. And as deputy governor, it's only what you are given that you can do. And the 15th day, the other one was when I acted for 15 days. There was this Igweben train station hijack, you remember?
Yes.
And I gave another order that in 7 days, we must rescue these people. I left from the front. I got the same village heads in that area, worked with Delta to also block their own axis, kept these people in the bush. I was there for 5 days, and we rescued these people.
Wow.
You understand? So I'm bringing practical government. I'm not going to be leading from the office or from the laptop. I am going to be giving straight or from
Lagos. All right, let me go on a very short. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Wow, guys, it's been it's been it's been a glorious time, man. I mean, I will stop here for today. Okay, I'll stop here for today. And remember, today I traveled today. As I say, I talked about the new year, the last year, this year resolution, what we need to do, how we need to push. Don't give up. We talk about Peter Obi. We talked about Sanwo-Olu. We talked about this guy we showed the first one we really showed was this interview with Arise TV, to Concord, and from there to Rivers State, those states, and those states. It has different versions. Okay, I don't want to go into all those stuff. All right, but guys, this is a new year, as I've said. We need to we need to make things work, okay? For ourselves and for our family, and for our community, and for the country. Pray for your country, and then you too. If you don't have I've said, create a dream for yourself. Have a vision. Make sure things work out. Okay? Make sure things work out. That is the truth. Okay, that's what I would say. And if I have said, let's I don't want to continue with this one again because I don't want to continue with this one. Uh, 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 man. I don't know if I should continue with this one. Okay, let me. I still have about 20 minutes. It's a bit long. Let me see if I can continue with it. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Let me continue with it. Okay. Let's watch. Let's watch it.
What is good for the other side may not be same method that is good for the state. And that's why I don't want to disclose too much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to disclose too much. To deal with cultism is something we can handle. We can handle it. I've made some suggestions before. We can handle it. And when this thing was coming up, some of the suggestions I gave, the CP then worked with it and were able to bring it down. Now we need to just improve on it and consistent monitoring. We know they have records of the heads of various cultist group. They have all of them. And so in line with what they have faces. They have faces.
Okay,
so you can deal with it. Really.
Okay, because of time, let me just try, because I have a lot of questions I want to ask you. You said something earlier that being a politician, experienced politician, and you rather lead from the front and not from laptops and stuff like that. But there's a school of thought that believes that for you to really make substantial progress in states, you need to create jobs.
Yeah.
Creating jobs is not just doing the political governance. You know, it's more of attracting investors.
Yeah.
How do we do to build the economy? Which it seems to some people, school of thought, that Obaseki has been able to attract foreign interest into that state. So many will believe that a technocrat being a governor, and maybe a politician being a deputy governor, is always a better combination to drive a state. So maybe it could be that could be one of the reasons why Obaseki believes that, listen, I need a technocrat who is going to create jobs, who can actually continue the work I'm doing, not another politician that will be focusing on, okay, I'll talk to the Obas here, how to just, you know, get everybody happy, and, you know, could that be a reason, or do you believe in that combination?
Yeah. That's why I said that every state has its peculiarity. Edo will not welcome any technocrat now. Maybe in the future, yes, but Edo will not welcome any technocrat now, and because of what they see now. That is the truth. I will say it the way it is. You can throw me away, but you can't throw my words. It remains. That is the truth. And why is that? Even in the name of technocrat, I will not pride myself as a technocrat. I've had both public and private experience. What I see now, in quote, private sector is governed by regulation, while public sector is governed by laws. And they come with that mindset of private sector, and they forget the law. For instance, today, we have SUBEB. We don't have a board. We only have one lady. We only have one lady that is chairman and was not cleared by the House.
Imagine that.
That's an aberration. Because as a private sector, you can do that. It's your company. You can decide to fire and hire. In public sector, you can't fire and hire. There's procedures. So when you come with the mindset...
Well, some will argue that that's the problem with Nigeria, because we focus so much on the bureaucracy of this is how it's done. Because somebody's trying to... The solution, I'll come to you, sir. The solution is every child must be educated. Learning must take place. That's my solution. How to get there is get in those technocrats to do the job. Because so all the bureaucratic processing, this is how it's done. Those are political considerations that Nigerians really don't need.
Let me tell you, I handle sports in Edo State. And the bureaucracy of government, you cannot run sport with bureaucracy of government. When I got there, I discovered that the problem of sport was government bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And the governor has said, we want to make Edo a sporting hub, and you have experience, go and do it. So it's my lot now to find a way out of this bureaucracy and still make sure I maintain standard.
Okay.
And what did I do? I reorganized the financing. I reorganized the system. So from my office to the list person, if I need anything approved, same day or within 24 hours, the people that needs the fund, we get the fund. So bureaucracy is how the head decides to make it efficient, that it will be efficient. So bureaucracy of government is meant to create a system where there's accountability and there's no fraud. And that's why in private sector, you can cut the chain in your transaction. In public sector, no matter how you attempt to cut chain, the system still have the records.
You are still in the executive. Why is the House of Assembly of Edo State not talking about this? In Lagos recently, when the elections were done, and the governor sent his list for his cabinet, the speaker stood his ground and said, it must be done this way. Why didn't the House of Assembly or the speaker take a stand about the...
Within 24 hours, the people that needs the fund, we get the fund. So bureaucracy is how the head decides to make it efficient, that it will be efficient. So bureaucracy of government is meant to create a system where there's accountability and there's no fraud. And that's why in private sector, you can cut the chain in your transaction. In public sector, no matter how you attempt to cut chain, the system still have the records.
You are still in the executive. Why is the House of Assembly of Edo State not talking about this? In Lagos recently, when the elections were done, and the governor sent his list for his cabinet, the speaker stood his ground and said, it must be done this way. Why didn't the House of Assembly or the speaker take a stand about this?
Yeah, every house has its own system and peculiarity. When I was in the State House of Assembly, we have engaged the then governor, both Osumbo and Governor Oshomole, and we have said no to this, no to that, and we come, we discuss, and some of those things we say no to. They see reason why we say no. So if this house decides that everything that the executive break goes, is their own system. That's what they've adopted.
Acting like a rubber stamp.
I don't know, but that's what they have decided. So I don't want to speak about it. I think the speaker will be better to answer that question, because for me, I can speak about our own assembly, how effective and efficient that assembly was. And sometimes the comrade even commended us for insisting. Because some of this thing is to make the system work. It's not just rubber stamp anything that comes. You must be able to engage. Through that engagement, even the person saying you should do certain things will not see reason why you should not even do it. And I'm from the school of thought, from my activist background, from Two Church, where issues are discussed, superior ones have their way.
Okay. So, sir, let's go back a bit. You talked earlier about having to disagree with Oshomole just to be on, in this government with Obaseki and support him. What were the qualities you saw in him that made you want to be part, or agreed, because you said you were persuaded, agreed to be part of his government?
Yeah, one of the things you must give to the governor, that we must give to him, was his ability to reorganize the finances to the extent that we can pay salary as and when due. It was part of the thing Oshomole told us, that when we bring him, he will be able... Oshomole saw a recession coming, and I said he needed an economist. That was one of the things he used in convincing us. He didn't bully us. He didn't intimidate us. He didn't stop any salary or anything. He had a conversation with us. We had more than 10, 15 conversations before we now agree to support Obaseki. And one of the things he said was that he will want somebody that will be prudent in management of resources and be able to bring capital in. And one thing he said, that he wants somebody that can sustain civil service salary without defaulting. So he was able to do that. Till today, he has been able to do that. You understand? So that's one of them. The other one was our effort to deal with the issue of basic education. Oshomole builds infrastructure, red roof everywhere, but the content, we brought the content in this one. So then we reorganized the one of the major problems we also had with Comrade was we organized the tax system. We came to Lagos to understudy Lagos. And when I was asked to handle that, I also went on 1 or 2 training to brush myself on management of that, digitalizing the system. We were able to also take the area boys and remove their toga of area boys and wear them suits and reorganize and restructure our internally generated revenue, where we are now talking about 60 to 70 billion in a year in a budget.
You touched on...
So those are some of the things that... And also, one thing that is dear to me was health. Health. I've always, each time I go to UBTH or Euro Specialist Health Foundation, and I see the crowd that I see there, I feel no. Tertiary institution, health institution should not be the first point of call. Okay. We should be dealing with primary health. Yeah. And by WHO standard, 3 kilometers to every neighborhood to your house, there should be a health center. That should be the first point of call. And I saw the governor also thinking in that direction. Yeah. So those are some of the qualities, and those are some of the areas I'm going to deal with and improve.
Talk about basic education, because I know that Edo was one of the places that even us in Lagos State studied to see how you're doing. Yeah. What's the success of Edo Best? Do you think it's something you're going to continue or stop?
No. I will continue with Edo Best with practicalizing almost everything that we have done. There are some hiccups, which definitely, but continue to do best. I'll take it to the next level. I'll take it to the secondary school. We are actually dealing with primary and GSS. That's where we are now. But taking the secondary, because we still have a lot of gaps in the in senior secondary school, teachers and all those things. So I'm going to we have EduBest 1.0. I'm taking it to 2.0 by including the senior secondary school. So it's a project that will continue with some little adjustment. But it's a program that must continue.
Okay. With the fallout of things now, do you sit down and regret ever disagreeing with Oshomole on Obasaki's account?
Yeah, Oshomole, people have asked me, I regret because the governor I supported is now fighting me. I said no. You know, the only thing, and I've apologized, I must say apologizing to Comrade Adansoli Oshomole. I regret when I listen to the language. And that's why I say I don't want to repeat the same thing.
Mistakes.
The language, I regret those language. But in terms of the principle to support Obaseki, if I still have the opportunity, I'll support Obaseki. Because at that time, that was the right thing to do. It's the language. Not because Obaseki is doing what he's doing now, I will not deny him. No. I will support Obaseki again if that scenario play. But what I will amend is the language. And I apologize again to Comrade Adams Oshomole on the language.
Stay on this, because who is the vengeful one? If you said that, you know, Comrade Adams Oshomole did the red roofs, he did this, he did that, he did open race. That, for me, is very offensive to have stopped. Because he opened a door to the world. It was a race internationally recognized. People were coming in for it. For whatever reason, could you have stopped such a thing?
Open race?
Yes.
Still on.
It's not being heard.
No, it's still on.
How? When?
No, it's still on. The last edition held. The only time we didn't have Upper Paris was during COVID. 2020. But it's still been on.
We didn't hear about it. It's not promoted as usual.
Maybe.
Lagos is still doing the marathon, and it's still popular.
No, maybe because I was not in the last race.
Why are you not in the last
For family issues. That's why I was not It's still on. It's still on. Upper Paris is still on. No, it's still on. It's still on. It's not cancelled. It's still on. Only in 2020, only in 2020 that we didn't have it. Yeah, only 2020. That's what I'm telling you. Maybe because
you have to loud it.
Maybe because I was not there.
So you give celebrities.
We have to wrap. We have just a few minutes to close. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So the governor himself was in the papers some months back, and he had to do the roads in Benin, and he said something that, you know, got Nigerians wondering when he said that it looked like the federal government was not listening to his request to repair those roads. Please tell us what happened there.
I think I don't want to join the blame game. When we are contesting for position, we can be talking party. But immediately we are sworn in, forget party.
It's do the work.
It's to not do the work. And you must collaborate with whoever you need. As governor of Edo State, by the grace of God, after being sworn in 2020, this year, November 12th, if it means to go to the President Baba and lie down before him, I will lie down before him to tell the Minister of Works, go and deal with my son's state and make sure the roads and whatever I need, give to him. As the president is making that pronouncement, we see August visitor in January, in March and everything. I have done it before. I got the chief of army staff, I got the IG, I got chief of air staff to send their sophisticated equipment to Edo State, and I was I was able to clear S-men.
Why did you apply it in this case?
I'm not the governor.
You're the deputy governor.
I can only suggest.
Okay, let me ask you this question. This
is not on you.
What if February comes, the primaries take place, and you lose out? What happens?
I don't lose. I win. So losing is not in my.
We don't know. Politicians. I remember doing the presidential campaign. A lot of all of them said they're going to win.
No.
And somebody went home.
Let me tell you, if my party wants to win election in Edo, they need Phillip Shaibu to be the candidate. If they want to lose, give it to somebody else. That is the truth. I am not saying it because I feel I'm a superstar. No, 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 no. I have the content, I have the quality, I have the more experience. I can bet you, as we speak now, I have a group of persons that have already worked out rain line in Benin, and I call it Oredo Opela train station. And as we speak, from Oredo, it stops at Umode. From Oredo, it goes straight to Okada. From Oredo, it goes straight to Opela. I call it Oredo Opela. From Umode, it joins the line going to Warri.
So you have investors waiting.
No, we are working on the program. Now the document is out. Now I'm not checking financing. How will it finance? Which one is the first phase, second phase? I discovered that the Benin Metro line, which I'll call Orange Line, will take 3.5 years to build.
Okay.
While the Oredo Opela will take 7 years to build. I'm already working on
Let me jump in here for a second, because you said something that struck me, and I know that you're a politician.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking in my head, you said that when concerning the roads, if you even have to go to the president and lay down flat.
Yes.
And that, for me, is a problem. It's one of the issues Nigerians have, especially younger people, saying, we don't want to have to double it to anybody to get things done. The fact that your principal, for example, was able to get $70 million, I believe, from one of these international organizations for basic education is because he has put in work. And even if he doesn't have to go and double out to anybody to give him money for basic education in the state, international organizations are giving him money because they've seen the work. So what Nigerians are asking for is governance at a level where I don't need to double it to anybody. People are coming and saying, Edo is a hub for me to build, and private sector companies are calling you, different companies saying, let us put money together to build roads. We don't have to double it to anybody. So that's part of what Nigerians are saying. We don't want that kind of governance anymore. Don't you think?
Let me tell you, when you are hostile to a federal system, there's no way that you can operate. So I will not be hostile. That is the point I'm making.
That's the point. Okay.
I will not be hostile to any federal. I don't need to use state resources to go and erect signboard that this is federal road. I don't need to do that. That money can do something else. That's the point I'm making. And in terms of bringing private sector, all this private sector, I think we'll have another day to really discuss what private sector is supposed to bring in and what government is supposed to bring in. I will not be a governor that in the name of private sector use government resources to build project necessarily supposed to be funded by private sector. Because when I'm saying I'm bringing money in, the money should come from private sector. My equity should be, if you need the land, I have it. I give you, that's my equity.
Environment for them.
Yes, conducive environment, building a major infrastructure like road and water and sewage and the land. That is my equity. My equity should not be taking loan, using government, taking loan to build private. No, I won't do that. That is not the kind of private sector I'll be bringing in.
I also wanted to add a bit to your analogy of if you needed to lie down, which I see as you being humble enough to go for what you want. Put in here exactly. If you need to slate the meetings, go there. If you need to wait at the door till you are attended to, till you get it. And we remember.
That's 6 governors.
Hold on. We remember. Fashola gave us an analogy of how he did something like this.
And following due process.
No, hold on now. He had to make some calls that on a normal day you will be waiting till papers are filed. Till
what if you're a governor from Sokoto, don't have access? You call the PA, you don't have access.
As a governor,
as a governor,
the vice president as governor, but
we're still assuming that those things were not
when
done.
Boko Haram was at the height of it in his state, he went to the opposition.
Even the World Bank you are talking about, you need to convince them. If you don't convince them, they won't even give you money. You have to convince them. You understand? So you need to convince.
So are we saying that he's not a good
in terms of transportation? Edo is a hub in terms of growing the GDP of Nigeria. And that is a selling point for Edo, for federal government, and for other investors, other multinationals and the rest. Another thing that we also make mistake as a state, and that's why I say I'm bringing experience on board. The experience is that I've also observed that the local government, states are not doing the work of local government. So I'm going to strengthen the local government, and I'm going to eradicate and cancel
so
the
that we can have
office
votes.
of, I mean, the office, the commissioner for local government and first. No, it will not exist under my watch, because there's no Ministry of State Affairs in Abuja. So why will I be? So the local government need to be strengthened to do trunk C roads. Not state being trunk C roads.
Finally, yes. Have you picked a
Yeah.
deputy governor in prospect?
Let him win the primaries first.
No, wait. Is it a technocrat person you're looking to, or a more political person like you?
I'm taking government back to the people. Practical government. The party will play its role. It is the party that will decide that, because it's key. I'm going to be contested on that political party, and that leadership, and that leadership will take charge.
Thank you so much. We have with us
Thank you.
Mr. Shaibu. He is the Deputy Governor of Edo State. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today.
Thank
I
you.
wish you the best February, and maybe after that we'll now come. If you win, we'll bring you back
When
again.
I win, not if.
Okay,
When
when you win,
win.
we'll bring you back again for a conversation to
Yeah.
see your plans.
As
So thank you very
governor.
much.
Or as candidate.
As candidates.
Okay,
If not,
first
that's
as candidate, then the
campaigning.
next to governor. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you. It's good to
That's
see
all
you.
we can take on today's show. It's Happy New Year to you. Enjoy, eat, feast. Tomorrow work starts.
Yeah, well, guys, it's like that. Too. This is New Year. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Have the best in life. Don't let anybody make you unhappy. Okay. Find time for yourself, for your family, and have a good life. This year, as I've said before, it will be a good year. Okay, we should not panic. All right, we should not panic. For what's happening in the country, don't let it bother you. We should not panic. Everything will be fine. Okay. That's what this is what I'm going to be stopping today. Thank you guys for watching this Diaspora Network, and please kindly like, kindly share, and we're on right now on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel, and also follow us on our Facebook page and share. Okay. Our own is to talk. Our own, we see what is happening, we talk, and we should keep on talking. When we talk, definitely things will be resolved. Okay, but when we are quiet, the suffering will continue. When we are quiet, people will be suffering. When we are quiet, the pain will go on. But when you talk, some people that refuse to change, they will definitely change. Definitely change. They will definitely change. They will do the right thing. Okay. Some people when they will do the wrong thing, but people will be president, hey, blah 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 blah. But when they hear constructive criticism, they will change. That's why it's good for us to see. When you see the right thing, say it. Okay. Don't just say for saying sake. When it is right, you say it's right. When it is wrong, you say it's wrong. Then prefer solution. Okay. Don't just say for saying sake. No. Don't join the crowd. Hmm? Don't join the crowd. Okay. Don't join the crowd, but do the right thing. Okay. Follow the right steps. Follow the right steps. Do the right thing. Okay. That's what I would say, guys. Please kindly follow, make comment. It's good to make comment. Good to like. Okay. It's good when I see a comment. I can add to it. Then if you want to join me one of the days, you can join me one of the days, and let's talk. Okay. Yeah, we've covered some area, though we have a lot of things to talk about. So if one can stay here for 5, 6 hours talking, so many things, so many things. This so many things to talk about, so many things. Nigeria need help. Those in diaspora, we need to find a way to to start talking to our voting rights, so many things. This is time for us to do it right now. It's time for us to start doing it right now. So that the National Assembly can pass the law. They will sign the bill. Send the bill. Sign. I don't know we need many things to do. A lot of things to do because there's a process. So that we will not just be talking alone, but we'll be involved in the voting process too. It's important we are involved in the voting process. Then that's for at least there should be. I know there are many different platforms, okay, but we should find a way out to, integrate and organize, make our voice heard. People in diaspora, we are so many, so many, so many in America, in Europe, in Asia, in Central America, everywhere. So many. So we need to, even in Africa, so many Nigerians are in Africa. So you see, we've got the real voting bloc, that can change the dynamics in Nigeria. So this is important. We should find a way out to make sure this year, to make sure our vote counts. Okay, our voice will be heard. Our voice should be heard, because the diasporas, they are important. They are integral part of the system. They are contributing, and they are making things happen. If I tell you this obedient movement, most of them were diasporas. They did a lot of job, man. They did a lot of job. I didn't know time, but when I saw what they did, I said, "Wow, different everywhere." So also, not just not for party, but to involve in making this work in Nigeria. Okay, to make this work in Nigeria. That's what we're talking about. To make this work in Nigeria is important, guys. Okay, so that's my own making Nigeria work again. I always say it, making Nigeria work again. Nigeria is our beloved country. We have another country. Nigeria, country we have another passport, but our root is Nigeria. Okay, so that is why personally I say, man, we got to keep on talking, speaking, talking, but talking, say the right things. Okay, be constructive in what you're doing. It doesn't matter wherever you belong to, tribe, religion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We are all one Nigeria. Tribe, religion. I don't do tribal politics. I'm not a bigot. I don't support people because they are from here or from here. No, no, no. Eternal times, no. I will not do that. I will not do that. For me, is having the best person on it, the best person on the job, quality, integrity, capability, trustworthy. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And it's important we do it. And we will do it. You know, if I tell you what happened in a short time, what the obedience did, in a short time, what Obi did, in a short time, it encouraged people, man. It's so encouraging. In a short period, what it did it was like a tsunami. It caused a tsunami, not almost. It was a political tsunami, but the power that be, which we are going to remove, they said no. They changed everything. We are going to remove them. We are changing, radicalizing. We are not radicalizing. We are going to have radical change, or rather, okay, make everything happen. Make sure that we have a good country, people that we have the people at heart, not borrowing for consumption. That's what I hate. That I hate that. Why should you borrow for consumption? It's insane. That is insanity. Insanity. Borrow to consume. How will you pay back with interest? That is highest level of madness. Highest level of madness, craziness. And this is what they are doing: borrowing, buying SUVs, building personal accommodation, residence. Where are you living right now? Renovating. What are you renovating? Is the roof leaking? Man, I don't really get it. It's painful. It's painful. It's painful. All right, guys. I have to stop here today. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, follow us on Twitter, Facebook page, YouTube channels. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Please like, share, and make comment. Good night, all. God bless you.